Hey guys, this is the Hidden Hero. I'm back with an interesting interview with the one, the only Mr. Sin and Punishment. You know him. He is the man probably nicknamed the Master Grinder. He never stops grinding, at least minimum 12 to 14 hours every single day is what I've seen. I think Monday through Friday, I believe. But you could correct me on that. But the idea is you've been honestly a huge, ginormous inspiration to, I think, every single person that sees you grind every single day. You motivate other people to grind as well. It's actually incredibly inspiring, and I am honestly humbled to actually do this interview with you, which I graciously thank you for this.
Yeah, thank you, Hito. First of all, thank you for having me.
Sure.
When you reached out to me asking this, that was honestly the biggest honor to have somebody of your caliber. Mm-hmm. I know what you do for the game. Mm-hmm. I know the effort you put in for the game, for your streams, for your channels and stuff. Mm-hmm. And for somebody of your caliber to find or to pay attention and to recognize somebody out there that piques your interest and to come to me and ask to do this interview is more it's an honor, more so that somebody like you yourself was interested in this, because I think about you very highly. I look at you and I see what you do and everything that you all the work that you put in.
Of course.
So for a split second, I said to myself, really? Is that the Hidden Hero? Reaching out to me. So that was a very special moment, and a moment I certainly will never forget as I move forward. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having this happen.
Let's get right into this interview. Are you ready for this, man?
I am, brother. Let's do it, man.
All right. Who is Sin and Punishment, and where did the name come from?
Very good question. Very good question. So I am as normal as they come. Sin and Punishment is as normal as a man as they come. I was born in New York. You're familiar with New York. I think you reside.
Definitely, definitely.
Near there. I have two brothers. Did most of my growing up though in New Jersey. For the most part, I just kept to myself. I think I grew up pretty wise. I think I'm a fairly wise, intelligent guy. Grew up like a normal kid, but I just grew up as a dreamer. Sin and Punishment grew up as a dreamer. For some reason, even at the youngest of years, I just had the biggest ideas and the biggest dreams that I just wanted to do, just be on top of the world, just do the biggest of things. Mm-hmm. So of course, like any normal person, they have those dreams and they fail, and I've certainly failed, but I just kept going. I'm also a Christian man.
Okay.
So that is very important about who I am as a person and everything that I do and believe in, and how I present myself, and most importantly, how I treat other people. Sin and Punishment is also an athlete. I'm blessed to have an athletic body, and I do use it. Okay. So a track and field athlete. So I run, I sprint. And one of my biggest things too, I'm a heavy gamer. Let's be real, right? Okay. I'm a heavy gamer, and I believe that, when you have a passion in your heart, a desire in your heart, ignore the noise. People want to judge it, let them. If people want to tell you, why are you doing that for? Let them say that, right?
Right.
Just go. Go for what you love and your passions. Be who you are. Learn who you are. Understand your identity. Live out who you truly are and what makes you happy. And for the second part of that question, where did I get the name from? It's an interesting name, right? It's an interesting name. Even as a Christian man, it's weird. People say, like, wow.
Seem masochistic to me.
I'll start off with where it didn't come from.
Okay, sure.
And where it didn't come from was, there's this Nintendo 64 game.
I was just gonna ask that. You're absolutely right. Yes, I was.
And did you know about this game prior to the interview and everything?
So the funny thing is, I've tried that game, the N64 Sin and Punishment. I tried it for a little bit, but for me, I was just busy with other things.
It's not from the game, and in fact, I never even knew the game existed. By the time I came up with my name and created my Sin and Punishment name for every game I played,
right,
I never even knew the game existed. Never.
Wow.
So it certainly does not. It certainly didn't come from there. And I'll be honest with you, Hito. I hate that there's a game out there called Sin and Punishment because I'll be playing games, right? And then people message me, they whisper me in game or see me in town or, depending on whatever game I'm playing. And they're just like, hey, dude, hey, bro, awesome name. And I get excited. I'm like, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I love my name too. They're like, yeah, fantastic game. It was such a fun game. I'm like, no. But where the name does come from. So are you familiar with the game World of Warcraft? A lot of people are. I'm not sure if you've ever played it, but it's a very popular game, World of Warcraft.
Okay, so I've heard of the game many times and never played it, sadly.
All right, no problem. So I was big on World of Warcraft. I was king. Everybody knew my name, Sin and Pun, right? Everybody knew it.
Okay.
And what you would normally do is in the front of the main town is where that was like the common area where people would duel each other, right? Like you request a duel and it's like a little one-on-one and it's filled, it's crowded. It's like the hangout spot, right? And so when I show up, everybody's like, yo, Sin and Punishment's here. He's like, yo, this guy's good. This guy doesn't lose, right? And I love that, right? That's I built that kind of reputation, and I'm big on reputation and I'm big on image and all that stuff.
Okay.
So I duel people and I win, and people are like, wow, you're so good. How'd you do that? And then somebody else is like, yo, duel me. I duel them, beat them, right? So I really built a name for myself. I was very, very good until one weird day, there was this like character that dueled me, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. The weirdest thing was happening. I thought he was like bugging me out, or I thought he was like cheating or hacking or something, but my character I kept losing control of my character. Like I can't move it the way I want to move him. I can't, if I want to move left, he's not doing it. If I want to run away, he's not doing it. If I want to chase the guy, he's not, right? It's like just a lot of weird stuff are happening.
Okay.
And it's frustrating, right? Like I've never experienced this. It's frustrating and it's stressful. Hito, when I tell you, it's stressing me out because it's not just the duel anymore for me. It's my reputation. It's like my image is like people are watching me duel and I'm getting my butt spanked. I'm losing. I'm getting my butt spanked. I'm stressing, and it was very tough. It was just very frustrating. I didn't know what was going on, and people are saying, "Yo, Sin's about to lose," and then I end up losing, right? And then this guy acts like all tough. He's just like, "Oh, good job, good game." I'm like, "No, not good game, not good job. What was that? What's going on here?" So I fight him again. And I'm just like, it must have been like a bug duel or something. So I duel him again, and it starts happening again. So I'm freaking out, I'm stressing out, and like it's like my whole world is crashing down. So then I took a step back and I just like breathed for a second, and I was just like, I'm still in the middle of the duel. I really am still in the middle of the duel. And I noticed that when it happened, I see a debuff on my character. Like it's real. Something is happening to my character, but it's a part of the game apparently.
Right.
So I'm just like, what is that? What is this? So I put my mouse over it, and my character was getting like spam feared. So I'm just like, is this guy cheating? He found a way to just fear me all the time.
Right.
The name of it was called Sin and Punishment.
Wow.
And that was the name of this thing that was driving me crazy and just ruining me. And I don't know what it was. I've never heard of a name of a debuff or a buff that was just named such an odd name, Sin and Punishment. And I just fell in love with it because it really messed me up. But now that I knew what it was, I was able to avoid it, right? Like understand what was going on. And then I beat the guy.
What do you do for a living?
I knew this was going to be a big question, right? It's a very, obviously, everybody here is smart. Everybody here is intelligent, right? They know something is going on. This is what I'm doing for a living right now. How could I not? Right? It really is. How could I not? I'm here every single day. Right. But I know that's not the answer you guys are looking for. So I've done a lot of 9 to 5 grinding, mainly security type work. Okay. Right? Very boring, but it's very, like overtime hours. I'm talking like 16 hours a day. Maybe, I'm not saying that it translates over to why I can stream so long for so easily. Maybe, I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but I've just completely demolished my hard work ethic into overtime hours in many different security positions. 16 I'm not even playing 16 hours nearly every single day. As of right now, I cannot do what I'm doing forever, guys. I cannot. If you guys love me streaming for you guys and me playing the game alongside with each and every one of you, there is, as of right now, a ticking clock to it, right? It cannot go on forever. I don't, do I look like Elon Musk, guys? Do I look like Jeff Bezos? I'm not, I don't have that kind of finances where I can just do this forever and I'm good.
What is your exercise routine? Like, how many days do you work out? How long do you work out for? That's another question I want to know.
My workouts and my exercises are strictly track and running related. My training schedule is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, but if I can find a way to do it while still streaming, I'll just do it on the same days that I stream. And the training or the exercise are Olympic level workouts. I have a Olympic coach, writes up my workouts, tells me what workouts to do, what times he demands from me, do a warm-up. The warm-up's about a 20-minute warm-up. These are like sprinting, like at like 95 to 98% of effort, like nearly a full dead-on sprint for anywhere between 30 seconds up into like a minute of just nonstop sprinting. And then you take a few minutes rest and you do it again, and they come in different sets and different reps and stuff. I'd say about anywhere from like an hour to like an hour 20 minutes, depending on the workout.
What is your current diet consist of?
I do a lot of protein pasta. It's like a multi-grain protein pasta. It's filled with protein and it's filled with vitamins and minerals because of the, it being a multi-grain type of pasta. It's delicious. I chop up some garlic, some onions. I put it inside the pasta, put some of the sauce in there. So I do that most of the time. So as of right now, I'm not in training mode. It's something like that. But in training mode, believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, in training mode, I actually have a well-rounded variety diet. We go with a whole bunch of different things, from mashed potatoes and chicken cutlets and homemade meals.
Are you taking supplements? But if you're not taking supplements, let's say if you had the money, what would you take?
I'm not taking any supplements right now. I'm not. When I am in training mode and I am taking a supplement, which I do, you know that a lot of gym goers, they have like a container of protein powder, and that's about it. That's its job.
Is there a specific brand that other people can buy, or is that like your own concoction you make?
Serious Mass. It's like a half green, half black bag, and the other one is Dymatize. It's like a half white and a half gray coloring on the container of the bag. So either one of those two, I kind of like interchange them quite a bit, depending on which one's cheaper at the time or which one I'm just feeling. But those are both considered weight gainers.
How much water do you drink per day?
I get close to a gallon a day, believe it or not. I would say 80% of a gallon every single day.
Nice. What is your favorite and least favorite food?
It's the simple dish of chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Corn on top of the mashed potatoes, completely soaked with gravy on the mashed potatoes and the chicken cutlet. It is the most. And then you could get the vegetables in there too. So whether it's like asparagus is delicious on something like that, or sometimes even collard greens. Collard greens with gravy on it is amazing too. So that whole dish together has been my absolute favorite dish since I was a little kid. As my least favorite food, Hiro, keep far away from me. Any color, olive, I don't care. Keep them far away from me. It is the most disgusting thing I have ever tasted, smelled, anything. I hate olive.
What is a book or movie that has had a significant impact on you, and why?
Books? What's that? I'm kidding. What is this? What is this books you speak of? I don't read books. I was never a fan of books. In terms of movie though, one movie that is just so near and dear to my heart. Are you familiar or heard or even seen the movie The Greatest Showman?
Yes. Oh, with Hugh Jackman. Yes.
With Hugh Jackman, brother.
Yes.
You better believe it. Yeah, that movie has done something to me. It is beautiful. The reason why is because it tells a story that I completely like resonate with, right? Like kind of like started from the bottom, now we're here kind of a thing, right? This boy starts like poor, broke, nothing. The way he finds his way up is like he's a dreamer. I like seeing smiles on people's faces. I really do. I like entertaining people. I tell them all the time, how much I love them, so how different they are. right? Each and every one of them are so different.
What kind of music or playlist do you listen to?
Anything that gets my head bobbing, right? And that could come from anything. Sometimes one day I'm jamming out to All That Remains, like a wild man, or Linkin Park, like a wild man. And then before you know it, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, a Taylor Swift fan. You know, like it could go anywhere.
What's the best trip or vacation you've taken, and why was it so memorable?
The best trip I've had, where it's all in the Dominican Republic. It's gorgeous. The resorts over there, the scenery, just everything about Dominican Republic is beautiful. But it's funny, and this is why it's most memorable. That's where I learned how to swim. When I was a little kid, I've since, visited there many times, and I did it in front of everybody who didn't know how to swim, because that's what I do, right? We always kill it. Everything we do, we always kill it. So I was a little kid. I will never forget. And I was just like, I got this. Little baby Sin Punishment went out there and he swam like a champion, and everyone was like, oh my goodness. And maybe that's where I'm like, I want to be an entertainer.
What is a challenge you have overcome in your personal life, and what did you learn from it?
The biggest challenge I've had in my life, the biggest one, I was homeless for 6.5 months, living out of my car. There was an event that happened in my life that brought me to that homelessness.
Okay.
And I lived out of my car. I started living out of my car in the summertime, but 6.5 months, Hito, is no joke. That's a long time. Honestly, there was nights I didn't think I'd wake up the next night, because I was living out of a Mustang. That's a 2-door car. There's no space in there. It's a tiny car. And I had to crawl in the back, which I guess is a kind of a good thing, because the tighter and smaller it was, and there was no windows in the back, nobody would catch, I wouldn't be seen doing this. My stepfather, who is for sure my father, he's the one that raised me and my 2 brothers alongside of my mom, right? So he's my stepfather, but he's my dad. He's my dad for sure. I found out when I was working one of my security jobs, I found out that he was diagnosed with brain cancer. How must he feel to know that this is happening to him? I told my employer at the time, my stepdad is family crisis. My dad, he got brain cancer, and he was living in North Carolina with my mom, or a different state with my mom. That's where they retired. And my employer was just like, you're my full timer. You're my overtimer. You can't go. I don't have a replacement. So I dropped everything. I was in a different state when this happened. I went there to try to beat this thing. And 9 months of just trying, he finally passed away. And it was the saddest thing ever. And I felt helpless, and I don't like to feel that way. Never gave up, never gave up hope, never stopped believing. In fact, I was thankful.
What's one thing you always wanted to learn but haven't had the chance yet?
I've always wanted to learn how to sing. During my years in the Army, there was this one soldier that was with me, and he could sing. And I found myself asking him to sing often. I'm like, bro, come on, sing this song for me, man. And he would do it, but it would sound so good. It brings peace, it brings joy. It's because it sounds nice, and it's performance, right? And he did it so well. I'm like, sing this Usher song for me. He would do it. I wish I could sing. And actually do a good job. It would be a beautiful thing.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
The United States of America is the greatest country in the world. It would be Florida. I mean, it sounds simple, but the thing is that I'm a simple man. The state is great as an individual. It's got that warm climate that'll keep me training all year round. It's exactly what I need, and it's exactly where I'm going.
Where did you first hear about it? That's a better question. Sorry.
Right. Bitcoin is extremely popular. So you hear it on the news all the time. My oldest brother, he was a big believer in Bitcoin in the much earlier years. So he was big on it. He's like, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin's gonna, go to the moon.
Right.
It's gonna do all this stuff. And I'm just like, not paying attention. I could care less, right? Yeah. And believing in it at the time. So between my oldest brother talking about it, between me hearing Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, Ethereum, and other coins, and then you're just like, why did more of this stuff get created? I guess it's doing pretty well.
How did you get into Lost Relic? Did you first hear about it from somebody, or? I
found myself shutting off my computer, logging off the game, whatever game I'm playing at the time, logging off of it and turning off my computer, laying in bed, looking up in the ceiling and saying, wow, what the heck did I just do? Am I really getting into bed at 2 a.m? What did I get out of that? Fun? That's okay, but it wasn't worth it. Not at my age. I went on my computer one day and I'm just looking up play to earn games. I've tried a few, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried a few, succeeded a bit in a few, put some time in there, but the day I found Lost Relics, I have not done anything else. So that just tells you about Lost Relics.
Was there any challenge you had when you first started the game?
The only challenge was I didn't know anybody, not a single soul. I came into this game alone. Nobody told me. I didn't have a friend who told me, because if a friend told me, guess what? I would play the game with them, right? I found it on my own and I knew nobody. So the biggest challenge was just the loneliness of playing the game. It was a fun game. And believe it or not, Hiro, I've had a lot of thoughts of like quitting, but not be, and it's so sad to say that because it would just have everything to do with me being lonely. I wasn't playing with anybody. I didn't know anybody. It's just like, what am I doing? I just log on. I don't say a word to anybody, play a few dungeons or a lot of dungeons, right? And get off. And then I'm like, okay, well, I haven't spoke to a soul. It was lonely. I'm going to stream. If I run into that same issue of like, a couple days, I feel good, but then after a couple days, it's right back. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for me to do to make me, to get me through this. So I came back, I kept my word to it, I streamed, and Hiro, I don't have to tell you, I don't have to tell anyone, wow, my life has changed from that last effort, that last ditch effort, the last one that was going to be done, and then that was the end of it.
How many hours a day do you play Lost Relics?
Minimum 12 to 14. Some days I do 16, some days I do 11. But if we're going for somewhere, but that's most, it's 12 to 14 every day on my days on.
What is your favorite artifact and artifacts?
It's Scorn. Don't nerf it.
Scorn.
Cliff, maybe I shouldn't have said it. Scorn is my favorite. It just allows my gameplay, my style of gameplay. It allows it. It allows me to stream effectively because I can chat and be distracted, and it kind of like makes me very tanky. But even without the stream, this is the route I go in any game I play anyway. I don't like to deal the biggest amounts of damage. I'm not a big damage guy. I'm like, whoa, look how much damage I dealt. That doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is that I can just hack and slash and kind of do what I want to do. But then right next to, hand to hand, my Bane of Immortals. It's just such a sexy artifact. I love it. It allows it's because it falls under my game style, my play style. I like to, hand to hand combat. And Bane is just king. So the two of them together is just, I love it. I love it. I love it.
What is your favorite map and why?
Is Thurn, mythical map Thurn. It is only a fishing and scavenging map. I hated it, but I don't give up. And I had to make myself love it. I had to, because that's where I needed to be. I needed to be there for fishing and scavenging.
What tips would you give to new players?
I do not want this to sound cocky at all, because it's not. It's an honest answer. A tip that I would give to new players, and this has nothing to do with me, all right? I just wanted to throw that out there now.
Okay.
Come to my stream. Come to my stream. And the reason I say that is because my stream is filled, with the most beautiful, friendliest, helpful community of people I have ever met in my life. Each one of them, not one, I've been streaming for three months. Not one, I have not ran into one issue in my stream. They are met with a very, very warm welcome, right? From the biggest hearts of every single one of the people on my stream. So do I really believe that there's a better place or a better tip to give to a new player than come here, learn the game from some of the best players in the game, some of the OGs in this game are here, some of the kindest, best players are in this game, filled with knowledge, filled with experience. There's no better tip than come here. So if a new player came here, he would be pointed in the right direction. He would be met with love, motivation, and help. helpfulness. So my tip would be my stream, absolutely. Mainly because of the people in my stream that are rocking and rolling, lock and loaded, ready to help a new player, and they do a great job at it. They really do.
What was your best moment in Lost Relics, would you say?
I'm killing everybody, right? I'm like clearing everything up,
Right.
all this stuff. And then I'm just like, guys, we got to do this the right way. I'm like, guys, we're gonna go do a drive-by. You know what a drive-by?
Oh, yeah.
We drive in a car. We do, So we're gonna go do a drive-by. We're gonna get on my morph, which is like my car, and we're gonna drive right by this thing and open it up on the way. So we're going. Everyone's like, go, come on, you got this, you got this. I'm like making car sounds, right? I'm like, and I'm driving, and I get to the chest. I press the button to open it up, and it was the most anticlimactic thing that has ever happened. There was large bones, like the item large bones next to it. I'm there. Everyone's at the edge of their seat waiting to see what comes out. I'm revving the engine. I'm like driving. I go by it. I open it up, but instead of opening up the chest, it picks up the large bones, and I just keep driving forward, and nothing happened. And I'm like, guys, we picked up large bones. Hold on. And everyone starts laughing in the chat because everyone was just waiting for that thing to open up. So they're laughing. I'm like, guys, we're swinging back around. Then we swing that car around and we do it again. And then we finally open it up, and it was a dragon scaler, and it was just a great moment. It was a great moment.
How has Lost Relics changed your life?
Lost Relics allows me to feel alive. Lost Relics means streaming. Streaming means an audience. An audience means I can perform. I can entertain. I can be a showman. And that's what I want to do. Without it, what am I? I'll just be some guy dying to show myself to the world and see smiles on these people's faces. But I can't. There's nothing. I don't have a platform to do it. It's like you took my stage away. Lost Relics allows all of that to even be reality.
What are your thoughts about the Valor Expedition? What did you like and dislike about it?
I love it. It gives you something to do. It's not a quick something to do. They didn't come out with a sprint. They came out with a marathon, right? It's a long event. Great. The longer, I don't want to say the longer the better, but there's no rush. And in a game that you love, you don't want to feel rushed. So it's nice to just keep playing your game, keep acting normal, keep playing it, do the things you love to do in this game, and you just progress little by little. It's fantastic. So I love the duration of the event of just slowly do it. And then obviously they have that catch-up feature to it, where it's like, you missed you didn't get all the contracts done. It's not like you lose them. It keeps going. So great. I love that. The idea of the fragments, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, in place, like, all the other stuff, all the other blockchain items turn into it. Brilliant. What I dislike about it, if I had to say something about it, the contracts require a lot of
fragments.
Epic especially epic, a lot of it, right? And a lot of the other ones, but the other ones, especially the blue one as well. So I'll say a lot of epic and a lot of rare fragments.
What is your current goal in Lost Relics right now? My
current goal in Lost Relics, I guess I could answer this with a short term and a long term goal.
That's
My long term goal is
fine.
tier 17. I love it. Like I said, I love the expedition, the Valor Expedition. I said if I'm running track, I'm going for the Olympics. If I'm playing a game, I'm going for the stream. If I'm participating in the Valor Expedition, I'm going all the way. So my biggest goal is to work hard, make sure I put myself the most favorable position to make tier 17 happen and get my mythic weapon at the end. Whether it's the axe or doesn't matter. I plan on going the whole way through. I'm going to work hard to make sure that happens for me. My short-term goal was, let's get our fishing and scavenging up from 14 days ago, it being level 8. 14 days later, it is now 63 fishing and 61 scavenging.
What?
So
I'm sorry. I was like, wait, that threw me for a whirl. What?
Yeah. So in 14 days, I got them both from level 8 to 63 and 61, which also put me over the 280 to the combined 280 gathering. So I am now gathering, or I'm now collecting my my Valdrath Highlands tokens each day. So that was a nice short-term goal. I worked at it. I crushed it, and we completed it. So that's my short-term goal that we completed. I'll make one. I'm gonna get to another short-term goal soon.
What are some suggestions you would tell Cliff or the dev team to improve Lost Relics?
Let's prioritize co-op. Let's do it. It's time. It's time for this game to explode. And I feel like we lose too many players that are interested in the game. They'll see it on Epic Games.
Yep.
They'll read what they read. They love what they read. They see what they see. They love what they see. So they come in and then they leave once they find out that there's no co-op. It's time. I think it's time for this game to absolutely blow up. And it's going to do that with when players come in and they're playing with their friends. Co-op is here.
Planet Surgery says, your boy already knows, but for the Q&A, what was your mission / job in the Army?
In the Army, I was the MOS is called field support. So my job and our job, everybody behind all the people that were in field support with me, our main job is we do anything that helps the front line get back to the front line as soon as possible. So we handle ammunition. You come back to people like me and people in my unit, and we quickly resupply you with brand new bullets, brand new magazines, but everything as quick as possible, distribute them out so you can go with the bullets. We also handle food. So obviously when the people in the front line, they're human, they have to eat too, right? So when they come back, we feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever they want. Anything to get them to turn right back around. It's kind of like running dungeons in here. You run a dungeon, you come out, turn right back around, and get right back in there as fast as possible. We're basically the secret stash. We're the front line's secret stash, right? So they come out and they get everything they need. So we handle ammunition, distribution quickly. We handle their meals quickly. We also handle the cleaning of their uniforms quickly. So we handle like the laundry and stuff like that. So they just come in dirty, bloody, whatever. They throw it in an area. We make sure that it's good to go. We also handle the showers as well, because everyone needs to shower. So we set up in the middle of nowhere. We could set up a whole tent filled from side to side of showers for these people to come in, take a shower with clean water. We do it all. So anything for them to come back, turn right back around, and get right back there, we handle it. Field support.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
What is it? Philippians 4:13, I believe. It is, I can do, and I live by this. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is my favorite one, and that is as true as can be, because everything that I set my mind to, everything that I put myself out there to accomplish, I do it and I win. And I don't win because of RNG, and I don't win because a skill, but it's God-given skill. But at the end of the day, first and foremost, I win because I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. That's my favorite Bible verse.
If you could ask Cliff one question and he has to answer, what would it be?
First of all, who asked that? That's a great question.
Ivana, a very old GLR player.
Cliff, when Red Menace in the game available to get? Because as of right now, Red Menace is not in the game. It's not possible as of right now. I would ask him, where is it? Why isn't it in the game yet? Why isn't it in the game? Or why wasn't it placed in the game with this new update? Because I would have loved to at least have a shot at it already. But since it's not, when and where is it going to be in the game, and so I can go and get it? That's what I would ask.
What was your initial investment in the game? So an engine, pretty much.
I'm going to answer this in two parts.
Okay.
So the first part is, if I remember correctly, the only thing I put in, was fairly early because I wanted to take this game seriously. $830. If I remember correctly, that's the number that is hitting me hard. I know it's in the 800s. I think it's 830. $830 worth of engine. So that's the answer in one part. Now the second part, and this is very important because I have found a lot of success in this game. A lot of success. I have made way more than $830 already. Way more than $830. So I have made my investment back. So the second part is this. And everybody on my stream knows this because I don't do anything in secret. I don't hide anything. I do everything live right here on my stream. So everyone will know for about 2 months of my 3 months of streaming, I have spammed the absolute crap out of legendary maps. Now, my initial investment of $830 is not what a legendary loadout is, right? We understand that. Right. Because my $830 investment was for a full mythic set. However, as I did that fairly early. As I started to grow each and every day and learn more about the game and kind of like have my own mind figure things out, what I deem worth it or the best strategy, right? I'm a strategist. I figure out what's the best move to make. I got away. I stopped doing mythic maps and I was spamming for 2 months. 2 months of just Elduith, just basically legendary. So if anybody's thinking, oh, I have to put $830 in to get that kind of result, no. I actually those are mythic items and mythic equipment that was stashed because I was like, this is not where I'm going to be right now. I'm going to be a legendary. And so, to be honest with you, my legendary loadout, I mean, how much is a legendary loadout? Anywhere from 50 to like, let's just say $75, a full legendary loadout. So my success, which has paid me back my 830 plus significantly more, came from a $75-ish investment that I was actually using in legendary moves.
Wow.
So that is what you can do here if you know what you're doing. I told people this, I think, yesterday. A lot of the things in this game, heavy majority, the most amount of things in this game that will lead to your success is knowing what you're doing. Just knowing what you're doing. I like to think that I know what I'm doing, and I go at it, and I go right at it.
Like, where can they find you?
Right on my Twitch, I think under my About Me, there's a panel that literally says Instagram. You click it, it's got the link already attached to it. It sends you right to my Instagram. So anybody out there that has Instagram or scrolls on Instagram or loves Instagram or whatever it is, I have an Instagram. Guys, throw me a follow. I'll follow you guys back. Especially if I recognize, but obviously if I have a big, incoming of followers, I'm gonna know it's you guys. So throw me a follow if you guys are on Instagram, and I'll follow you guys back. And it's a nice way for me to keep up with your guys' life outside of Lost Relics, and you guys can keep up with mine outside of Lost Relics. Because when I'm back to training, I take a lot of I post a lot of stories and a lot of posts of me out there training, working out.
All right, Mr. Sin and Punishment, I believe it's that time. So I just want everyone, first off, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. You've all been amazing joining the stream. I appreciate everyone. You're coming here. You're all amazing here. And I also have to thank my amazing guest for today, Mr. Sin and Punishment, the grinder master of all grinding in Lost Relics and everything he does. Remember, he doesn't give like 10, 5%. This man gives 1,000,000% in everything he does. So if you love his content, definitely follow him at his socials. And my goodness, man, it's been a pleasure, sir, to do this interview with you.
Oh man, the pleasure, brother, is mine. Honestly, you killed it. You rocked and rolled it, which is why you do what you do. You already know you're good at this stuff. That's why you do what you do. You bless the whole world with your content and the things you come up with. That clever mind of yours, that very creative mind of yours. You bless us, the whole world, with what you have, because you know you have it and you don't keep it to yourself. You put it out there for the whole world to see. So, brother, thank you for what you do, for the people of the game, for the game, and for me, because you motivate me when you do such good content creation. I'm just a little baby in that space. But you're setting the tone of how it should be done and how it is done. So thank you for everything you do, and thank you for reaching out to me and having this wonderful interview happen.
So you've all been amazing, and everybody, never forget to follow your arrow. Take care.